Opioid pain medications are often used in conditions that cause moderate to severe pain. Some common opioid pain medications include hydrocodone, which includes brand names like Lorcet and Vicodin, oxycodone, which include brand names like Percocet. There are also longer-acting opioid medications like OxyContin, MS-Contin, methadone, and there's one in a patch form called fentanyl or Duragesic. Opioid medications can cause a number of side effects. In the short term, we often see nausea. Longer term, we see constipation as a common side effect. Some people will also have some sedation or sleepiness. Fewer people will have itching or rash. Those need to be brought to the attention of your physician immediately.
There's a couple of things that are really important that you need to know about this medication. If your doctor was to go up on your dose, be real careful with that, especially the first couple of days. If you jump into a dose that's too high for you, it can cause that respiratory suppression too and can cause overdose.
The most serious risk for taking opioid medications is the risk for overdose. If you take more than your body can handle for whatever reason, it can depress the breathing centers of the brain and you could actually stop breathing. What would put you at more risk for an unintentional overdose would be starting a new opiate medication or switching to a newer, especially a long-acting version. Other conditions might be certain medical conditions like chronic lung disease or kidney problems or liver problems. Your body adjusts to opioid medications and develops a tolerance. Over time, taking these medications, you need more of a medication to achieve the same pain relief result. It's very important that if for some reason you're off of your pain medication for a period of time, like you're in the hospital or you're ill and can't eat or drink very much, that you not go back to your previous level of use. As that tolerance has gone down, your body will be more sensitive to the medication and you'll be more at risk for an overdose. If your pain is not adequately controlled by your current medicine dose, it's important that you stay in close contact with your physician so that he or she can help you adjust your medications. Particularly with long-acting opiates like methadone or OxyContin, increasing pills even by one pill can put you at increased risk for overdose. Other substances can combine with the opiates to make you more at risk of an overdose as well. If you take certain medications, especially like Valium or Ativan, alcohol or recreational drugs, even at low levels of use, taken along with opiates can increase your risk for overdose death.
This is a lock box for my medications. I have 2 young grandchildren. That is to lock the medicine up so there won't ever be that chance of getting into the wrong hands.
Good afternoon. It's really good to see you again. And I know we're working really hard with you to manage your pain as you go through this. We've increased the pain medicine a bit. So I want to talk to you today about one of the scarier things that can happen rarely, but sometimes with these medicines, which is an overdose. So I'm going to teach you how to recognize one and what to do. Do you have any idea of what an overdose might look like?
They can't wake up.
You've got the most important part. When people overdose, their breathing may stop. I'm not hearing anything. I don't see the chest going up and down. So I don't think they're breathing. Their breathing may be really slow. They may be snoring in a strange kind of way or gasping. They may begin to turn a little blue around their fingernails and around their lips. These are all signs to be watching out for. But the key point is that you can't wake them up. I'm going to take my knuckles and rub them up and down on your breastbone like that.
It hurts.
Right, so if somebody sleeps through that, whatever's going on, it's an emergency. And what do you do in an emergency?
You call 911.
Right. And it's very important to say that the person's not breathing or struggling to breathe, and they'll make that their top priority in coming. And so now, they're having trouble breathing or they're not breathing, and we're going to breathe for them. I'm going to open up his airway by tilting his head back, checking the mouth and make sure there's nothing in there. I'm going to hold his nose, and then I'm going to make a seal over his mouth with mine and start with 2 quick breaths and then one breath every 5 seconds. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Okay, you want to give it a try?
Sternal rub.
Yep. Nothing's
Not
happening.
responsive.
We're opening up the airway. That's great. And holding the nose. Now tight seal over the mouth. Chest is going up. That air is getting in there.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
Excellent. Now you're going to keep that up until you get to your next step, or he tells you to stop, or the EMS folks come. Now you've got an ambulance on the way. You've given your friend some oxygen. Now we're going to talk about a medicine called Naloxone, or Narcan. This is a life-saving medicine that just blocks the effects of whatever opiates are in the brain. It can be injected into somebody that's having an opioid overdose, and within minutes they're going to wake up and be talking to you. Now, it doesn't block the effects of alcohol or other tranquilizers somebody might have taken, but it does block the opiate, which is what makes people stop breathing. It's a very safe medicine. If I give it to somebody that's unconscious for some other reason, it does absolutely no harm. Naloxone comes in a couple different ways. This is a whole dose right here. Now this is what we expect you to get, but sometimes pharmacies have a larger vial of it. And it will say on here, just give 1 cc. It's the same dose. Here's your naloxone, here's your needle. Give it a try. Take the cap off of the naloxone, take the cap off the needle. Put the needle into the deepest part of the liquid. Pull the plunger up. Push a little air out, but air is not dangerous to inject into the muscle. And then it wants to go right into the arm or into the leg. Remember, this person's unconscious. They're not going to feel a thing. Perfect. Now, don't put a cap back on the needle, because that's a really easy way to get a needle stick. Keep doing the rescue breathing, because you need to keep that oxygen flowing. That's what's really keeping them alive while you're waiting for the ambulance, while you're waiting for this to work. Now, just in case this one dose doesn't work, we're going to give you a second dose to have on hand. If in 3 to 5 minutes they haven't begun to rouse and to breathe, you can go ahead and give them a second dose.